Guys, I have a confession to make. The robots are actually controlled by tiny little ants inside of the robot. They are mechs for ants. Don't let him fool you. They are ant-controlled robots.
Getting into this region of the bracket, we started off with Crusty Ant and Yugo Ant Yeeter. Then we have Buzzkill. Wow, it's back.
That's a buzzkill.
Against Complete Control, Top Bot, Sad Octopus, Steve, Tornado, Blindside, Original Sin, Ramplan, Jab, Reaper against Shreddy, and Seizure. It's back. It's probably better now against Electric Boogaloo. This should be very fun. Some very fun matchups in here. Let's get into it. Starting off with Crusty Grab against Yugoslav Yeeter. This is not going to be an easy round like it was for Tomba Green and Double Tap. This is definitely a better 16 seed, but still a 16 seed.
Yeah, Crusty Grab, I mean, they just showed how good they really are. Number 1 seed, taking on Yugoslav Yeeter. I mean, it's definitely going to be hard for Yugoslav Yeeter, but at least they're more confident than Double Tap.
Yeah, they should put in a nice little challenge here, but in the end, Crusty Grab should still be expected to get this W. As long as they stick the course, they should be fine, but let the fight get underway, and And already Yugoslav Yeeter showing that they're the lower bot, and they're going to use that to their advantage. Crusty Grab needs to get out of this situation. Crusty Grab not off to the good start that they're hoping for. This is a very surprisingly good start for Yugoslav Yeeter, but able to get out of there, and now Crusty Grab just gotta reposition. They are the faster bot and probably the more controlling design, but they're struggling mightily right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flips.
Crusty Grab needs to keep this fight in the center of the box and not let Yugoslav Yeeter pin them against the wall. I mean, they are just not able to respond with anything right now. They're not able to get around, and that is huge if you're Yugoslav Yeeter.
Yugoslav Yeeter, they may be the 16 seed, but they're definitely putting a good showing here, trying their best to keep this fight in their control, because if they let one wrong moment come through, they could be in trouble, because this is an untested design, but they're getting in some very nice pushes so far, and Crusty Grab, and now starting to get a bit to the back, but still struggling, and this is another flip right here.
Yeah, Crusty Grab not able to position themselves. This is bad news if you're the Kiwis from New Zealand. You do not want this, and they are almost out of the arena there.
That is a powerful flipper, actually, inside of Yugoslav Yeeter, of course, based on the plastic antway with the same name. They're putting a very nice performance here right now. They're doing great. They might be getting close to the flip record at this point. They've landed many flips right now.
Yeah, Yugoslav Yeeter is dominating, and just Crusty Grab has no response. They need to get back in this fight, or they need a quick hit to end this before it gets out of hand.
Yeah, this is really surprising here so far. It's not even like it's a close fight at this point. This is some domination so far from the 16 seed, showing that maybe this is going to be a complete control scenario where you win one season and then you're just terrible the rest.
Yeah, and this is just, you can't do that. You're the 1 seed. You can't lose to a 16 seed. You're ridiculed forever. And so far, I mean, it just looks like, Crusty Grab just looks like Purdue right now.
They're just the Purdue of Robot Madness.
There's a nice little push over by that raised shelf, but just not able to do anything with it. Not looking like the dominant bot we saw even a few months ago.
Yeah, this is just a very poor performance so far, trying to get even some attacks and even their good moments just outshined, and they're really running out of time here. They need to make some noise quickly, but Yugoslav Yeeter, bravo to you. You proved the ranking masters wrong, aka like me, but they're really putting on a great showing here and showing you, even if you're a 16 seed, never give up on your dreams.
Yeah, and as we near the end of the fight, there's a good lift by Crusty Grab, but I don't think anything they do here is gonna be enough.
I really don't think it is, and that's the fight. Wow. That was pathetic.
That was really
That
pathetic.
was awful. Wow, okay, so this bracket just got flipped on its head right here to the maybe like 5 people who predicted this. Bravo to you. This is a massive upset in the making here. Really did not see this coming at all, but they just could not get under. It may be those front forks that were added from last season. Not the right move here. If they had used those older forks, better designed for regular wedges, maybe they would have fared better, but that is a good bot. That is a very strong bot that we have just seen here in Yugoslav Yeeter.
Yeah, just very poor performance here. And, I mean, I don't see a world where Yugoslav Eater loses this.
Yeah, they'd have to have committed some felony in order to lose this. And there it is. Wow. Yeah, no damage was dealt, but domination at the hands of Yugoslav Eater, and just like that, down goes the 1 seed, and this region is wide open for any of these bots now.
Yeah, definitely. What an upset, and I mean, that just leaves it wide open for a bot like Buzzkill or Complete Control to take over this region.
And when we just talked about Crusty Grab, Complete Control kind of was in a similar boat. You know, you have a great season, and then the next few, you're just
trash.
But it should be interesting to see how this goes, and Buzzkill is back, but this is like the 5th redesign of this design. Maybe this time they'll actually be able to land the hits and do the damage. It does have the same motors that TopBot used, so it definitely should have the power now, and with this interesting new design, hopefully they can have some success for once.
We have seen this new Buzzkill in testing, but are they good enough to actually put it all together in a fight? Here we go, and they're off in Complete Control, already slow out of the square, really showing its age.
Yeah, this is definitely an older bot. I mean, it's been competing for quite a while. Of course, had that great season in season, I think it was, what season? Season 5, but they're hoping to get some better runs in here. Of course, this is really your last chance if you're a bot like this, because who knows if there's going to be another season.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're one of the winners of Robot Chaos, I mean, that shows that you're a gritty bot, but haven't shown that, and Buzzkill is showing that maybe they can take it to the old champ.
Dang, that is a lot of damage. Not even Ocean Man could break that. Buzzkill has completely shattered the lifter, showing that this design has a lot of power to it, and if they just stay the course, keep landing shots and doing some damage, which it looks like it is on the side of Buzzkill. Wait, not Complete Control. They could win this fight. They're doing a great job, although they're kind of having a spin.
To me, it's like Buzzkill is almost beating up a... It's like Complete Control came back from Vietnam and Buzzkill punched him in the mouth, and it looks like Complete Control is having trouble moving.
I'm sorry to all the... Okay.
Yeah, he just wiggles his way into the pit. Buzzkill with an impressive performance.
We'll leave that in. Why not? Okay, so Buzzkill wins the fight. That's a new era for this commentary. But you know,
I mean, that was a great shot there on those arms. Those arms are not very weak, and lots of bots target them, and lots of bots cannot break them.
That was a very impressive showing there for Buzzkill. They put on a really great showing and showed that this new design, it's got a lot going for it, and that was very impressive. They did a lot of damage there, and they're going to be a fun bot to watch later on in this tournament.
So as Buzzkill says thank you for your service and bye-bye to Complete Control, we have our next round matchup, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, I'd assume Crusty Grab and Complete Control would get out of this region, but Buzzkill versus Yugoslav Eater, and you never know what will happen.
Yeah.
And now on to the next little portion of this bracket. We have TopBot versus Sad Octopus, and the long-awaited return of Steve versus Tornado. Let's break down TopBot, Sad Octopus.
So this should be a very fun fight. Sad Octopus, very powerful weapon. Same with TopBot, both of them clashing in the first round. TopBot probably the favored one here because of its higher seeded status and experience, but you never know in this tournament. Sad Octopus put on a really good show in that small tournament at Norwalk.
And here we go. The fight is now underway. TopBot wasting no time getting that huge weapon spun up and wasting no time losing it.
Wow, okay, so a lot of power being exerted. It looks like there was one shot and it might have cracked the top plate of Sad Octopus, but Sad Octopus said, no thank you, and immediately went and destroyed that spinner. That spinner is gone.
I mean, immediately that changes the momentum of this fight.
That went from, oh, this is probably going to be a pretty close one, but now it's just like, as long as Sad Octopus doesn't do anything stupid or moronic, they will walk out of here with this win. They just got to stay the course. Although this is a good push from TopBot. So TopBot, they won't go quietly into the night just yet.
Yeah, Sad Octopus needs to keep their foot on the gas, but I like TopBot's strategy was using that back to kind of push and bully Sad Octopus around. Will it be enough is the question.
Yeah, clearly not.
All right. When robots drive in the pit.
Wow, okay, so what we take away from that, Sad Octopus, very strong weapon. They yeeted that blade right off after taking a shot from the behind. Ooh, it actually, good shot from top up, but they're just like, no, and then they go.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can do when your weapon's gone. Unfortunate final performance there from Topbot, but, I mean, great showing there from Sad Octopus, and we are seeing a lot of rookie bots really show out in this tournament.
Yeah, a lot of those younger bots, they haven't been around for too long. You're seeing bots like Zinger and Sad Octopus really making a name for themselves so far, and for Sad Octopus, they'll be interesting to see in the rest of this tournament. But now we'll get on to Steve against Tornado, and then if you're Steve, they are a flipper with treads. They're favored here, but we'll see how it goes. Tornado, their spinner no longer works, so they're just a very fast ram bot. But, if they can get some good pushes, who knows where this will go.
Something about Tornado that I think is underrated is their pushing power is very strong, and they need to use that here to their advantage against a shredded robot like Steve. So let's see how this plays out down in the box.
This should be a pretty interesting matchup. Two very different styles of bots. We'll see who can come out with victory here.
The fight is off, and already a big ram there by Tornado.
And already getting some pushes in. Steve doing weird physics that I don't understand. And they're getting pushed, and there goes a tread.
Yeah, they're getting bullied around, and this is exactly what Tornado needs to do. Use that pushing power. I mean, the spinner never really works, let's be honest. But use that pushing power, ram them into walls, and already Steve lost the tread, and they just look completely lost right now.
They are being completely controlled right now by Tornado, and this is what we've been waiting to see from this bot, just an all-around relentless assault. As long as they keep their nose above the water and control the pace here, they should be fine. Though with that speed, you always got to watch out for the pit, because at any moment you could go zoom in right down there, but trying to keep it in the center of the box, which is what I think you need to do here against a bot like Steve, which still has a flipper.
Yeah, Steve's flipper still active. You need to be careful. If you can remove that second tread or get them hung up on the corner, kind of like that, it could be a very quick knockout for Tornado here.
Yeah, Tornado trying their best, trying to actually high center them on that old tread, but don't know how much success they're going to have. And
very risky over here by the pit. Good driving to get out of there by Tornado. They need to be careful of that.
Yeah, at this point, this is their fight to win. If they just keep the pace going and avoid any bad flips, they should be fine, but they'll have to be very careful because Steve, still one flip ends this match. This bot cannot suffer, and that is a really good push there by the side, keeping the pressure on and not allowing them to move because they're still very mobile even without that tread.
I'm very impressed by Tornado in this fight. I mean, they have just taken it to Steve. I don't think Steve has gotten even any touches with that flipper, and let alone flips.
Yeah, Steve's struggling. Oh no! Just like what we were saying, that speed of Tornado looks like it's going to be its undoing here, and Steve, they're going to escape with a victory here after a very poor start, but just shows if you have the right control and you keep patient, eventually you can pull out a win. And the bot that was not what the heck am I trying to say? The bot that was not patient there was Tornado. They went a bit too fast.
And what a start of this fight for Tornado. They kept their foot on the gas. I feel like they almost did everything right here. One mistake at the end kind of just led to their undoing, and it's really unfortunate. But, I mean, they even had a close scare with the pit earlier. They needed to be more careful, didn't learn from their mistakes, and unfortunately, they're not moving on. Steve, you're really lucky to escape with their life.
Steve, lucky to escape. They will have a very tough matchup, though, against Sad Octopus in the next round, and they'll have to definitely work on that tread reliability for that one, and same with that flipper. But in the end, if you can escape with a lucky victory, you better take it. So that's going to be the end of this half of the bracket. A solid win there for Steve, I guess, but in the end, Topbot also going a lot of kind of big surprises in that region. But now we go on to the next side, in which we have Blindside as the 2 seed going against Original Sin, and I think, was this fight highlighted? It was highlighted. Okay, I thought we actually showed this one. Going back, so this fight was relatively quick. Blindside was able to easily get some shots on those wheels and that front, and eventually Original Sin just died, which was very unfortunate as they were hoping that wedge could hinder that blade, but in the end, no rolls, no dice, and Blindside was able to advance. But now we go to one of the more interesting wedge matchups, we have Ramplan with the wedge with the spike, and Jab, completely redesigned for the season.
Yeah, I mean, Jab is very sleek this season. Those wheels are tucked in, much smaller than before. Ramplan is going to have their work cut out for them, and this battle of the wedges might be very boring, or it could be very exciting.
Yeah, because in these kind of matchups, it's really going to come down to just who can drive better, because a lot of these times, if the loser is the bot who's less disciplined and can't get under the opponent as well, so this should be a really interesting one. We'll see how this goes.
And the fight is off, and Ramplan kind of spins out of danger there, and a good push there. Great using that spike to keep them perched up on that wedge instead of just going right under them.
These are very fast robots. They are zooming around, especially Ramplan, getting under very quickly and just going to town, pushing them around the box, showing that even if you have wedges, you can be interesting. Take notes, Snowblind.
Yeah, and Ramplan is just clearly the lower bot here. Jab looks a little lost, and they need to reevaluate their strategy.
That's a knee in the top corner.
And a nice little pin there. Ramplan kind of doing some breakdance, and you don't want to let Jab have that control. And it looks like Jab is stuck under those screws.
It looks like they're able to free themselves, but so far, Ramplan doing a very nice job so far. They're controlling the pace pretty well and getting some really nice pushes. Gotta wonder if these pushes actually are doing damage, because there's a lot of velocity going, and they almost popped them up a little bit on that push, but Jab really gotta control themselves here, gotta get back in this match, target those wheels, because they are exposed, and if one gets knocked off, that's trouble for Ramplan.
It's like watching two toddlers wrestle each other. They're both too small to really do anything bad to each other, but man, can they push. Oh, and Ramplan doing some funky dances, losing some panels in the process, and that's going to hinder their drive.
They, for some reason, felt like it was time to flip, and now they're in quite a bit of trouble here, because that wheel was their stability. It kept their front low, but now they're kind of all over the place, like a toddler with a tantrum. And they're pushing around, and now Jab, they're realizing this is their opening to even this match up, and Ramplan very, very much struggling right now, and they gotta do something to get that bot under control. It's all over the place, like a crazy grandma.
Jab is making back a lot of huge points here. That was a good ram there by Ramplan, but they can't let Jab take over them in this fight. I mean, they just need to keep their foot on the gas, and that was a big mistake there to do that little funky flip.
Yeah, it may be fun to dance randomly, but in the fight, maybe keep it till after, and especially when you're not controlled, up, and that's the fight. That was complete shift in momentum in the first half to the second half. Jab was just completely dominated in the early stages. They were just getting out-pushed, out-maneuvered. That spike was actually being decently effective at keeping them up on that wedge. These are not post-edited. If we make mistakes, it's staying in there. But in the end, very big shift in momentum there, and Jab, they've got a matchup against Blindside next, and anything could happen with that, because we're talking about a wedge, and Blindside doesn't like wedges.
Yeah, definitely. This is a hard region for Blindside to be in. I think Jab is going to be a very hard opponent even for them to hit. I mean, Jab just kind of waited. They, were biding their time, and unfortunately it was Ramplan who made a mistake. Jab didn't, and that was the fight.
Yep, in a lot of these matches, sometimes it just comes down to who's smarter and who doesn't make those simple mistakes, and that's just how it goes sometimes. Well, good job, Jab. You're back. Nicely done. Reaper! Woo!
Man.
This fight is... So we got Reaper, who, I feel like you've disowned.
Yeah, Reaper's like the sick man of Europe. They're just, they're like the Ottomans. They kind of just are falling apart, and they're succumbing to nationalism. And then, of course, across the box from them, you have Shredder, who's a very new and improved design. And actually, they hit like a truck. Reaper has just disappointed me so many times, and I give up. I root for anyone except them at this point.
Yeah, and anyway, here we go. The fight is underway, and Reaper getting up to speed. Same with Shredder. Shredder nice and slow, and they've exploded!
Yeah, this is why. I told you they're the sick man. They exploded just like the Ottomans did.
Wow, so Shredder, I don't think that was actual damage they did. I think they just kind of bumped into them, and then they just kind of combusted like a slow dying empire, but...
I don't know where.
Sorry about that, the audio kind of cut away there, that's fine. So, getting to this, it looks like Shredderator trying to pin them, but struggling, and...
Now it looks like Shredderator's struggling to even move.
Oh, and Shredderator getting counted down. They have to get moving. If they don't get moving, they will lose. Oh, re-engaging a bit there, and are they gonna get... Oh, they're moving! Oh, the countdown was just avoided. And now they're getting pushed back, and uh-oh, Reaper better...
Reaper's over that pit.
Reaper's over the pit. Shredderator barely avoiding the count out there. And uh-oh, Reaper back, and Shredderator wins!
Shredderator will move on, and to be honest, the controller was in the arena, which clearly means that there were no people controlling it, it was just controlled by ants.
Wow, okay, so... once again, Reaper proving that it is the funniest robot. It could have easily won that by just hitting them in, but they didn't. This is kind of typical for them at this point. But you know, good job, Reaper. You are eliminated, and I don't think anyone's gonna miss you.
There was a controller in the arena for a long time.
Where?
He was just chilling in the top left wait, no.
That was a
left.
What?
It was just chilling there.
Okay. Final.
Next, we have Seizure and Electric Boogaloo, and Seizure is finally done disappointing us. He has put it together, and I think this bot can be the real deal against poor Electric Boogaloo.
That's what they all say. But can this version of Seizure, it now uses a bite force, and it's now good, uses a strong motor and the biggest spinner in the field, possibly. We'll see if they can put it together here. Boogaloo, probably a good opponent to start out your run with, but anything can happen because Boogaloo, well designed to take damage, so we'll have to see how they do. We'll see if they can keep that mate. Okay.
Alright then.
It is a spinner now.
And Seizure already tumbling them around the arena. This is what that new weapon does, and I want to see if it's legit. I mean, of course, Boogaloo's not the most reliable opponent, but, you know, they're no slouch.
They're no slouch. They've got some wins. They're in the Hall of Fame. Nah, there's there's a Hexbook Hall of Fame apparently, and it got nominated, which is quite silly.
Did it make it?
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo made it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but Electric Boogaloo taking some shots. Ooh. And now they're broken. Wow.
Wow. What an insane fight here by Seizure. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty impressed by that weapon.
That's a very devastating weapon, and now, oh, they broke the pit apparently. They didn't even hit the button. Seizure wins, and they show it can win fights again, which is really all you can ask for.
Yeah, that's something it hasn't done for 3 years. Electric Boogaloo's strategy, I guess, was just shock value in this fight. You know, they were like, "Ooh, look, if I snap off my legs, then
you'll vote for me."
Yeah,
like a really sad commercial for like, please feed these animals, please give these animals homes. If you give us $1, it'll go to saving these animals, but it wasn't an animal, it was just Electric Boogaloo, so no one really cares.
And that was a great hit to end the match by Seizure, you know, hitting them over to the pit, and Seizure's scary.
There we go, so Seizure, good now. And
well, maybe they have to go up against a competent robot, and they won't have that in Captain Shredderator. But maybe down the line, facing either Jab or Blindside, they could show their real stuff.
So now we look back at this region. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. You got Yugoslav Yeeter, the 1 seat gone. But really, Yeeter looked good, Buzzkill looked good, Sad Octopus looked good, Steve. Blindside looked pretty good, Jab looked okay. And Shredderator and Seizure, would you know, not too bad.
Shredderator survived.
Shredderator survived, which is all you can ask for a bot that's wheels are basically like a millimeter wide.
So what bot are you most excited to see fight again next week?
I'm actually pretty intrigued to see how Sad Octopus does, because they showed that they could do a good bit of damage and have a good bit of force in that weapon, and it'll be interesting to see if Steve will have those issues ironed out.
I'm really excited to see Blindside back in action against a competent opponent, and not Original Sin, but we will have to see how that goes next time these robots fight. For more madness and chaos, join us next time for the next episode of Robot Madness. Thanks for watching, and